Number 1. This 1934 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Custom Hot Rod Sedan, currently listed at $19,900 in Hingham, Massachusetts, is a beautifully crafted street rod that blends the elegance of pre-war American design with the reliability and comfort of modern mechanical upgrades. With extensive customization, V8 power, air conditioning, and a long history of enthusiast ownership, this Chevrolet offers an impressive combination of style, functionality, and value. Built by General Motors under its Chevrolet division, the 1934 Master Deluxe was introduced during one of the most challenging periods in American history. Despite the economic hardships of the Great Depression, Chevrolet continued producing stylish and affordable automobiles, helping the company strengthen its position as one of America's leading automakers. Today, the 1934 Chevrolet remains one of the most desirable pre-war vehicles for custom builders due to its graceful lines, distinctive grille, and classic proportions. This particular example has been transformed into a highly detailed street rod, while preserving the character that made the original design so iconic. One of the first features that stands out is the professionally chopped roof. Lowering the roofline by 4 inches gives the car a more aggressive and streamlined appearance without sacrificing its timeless elegance. Combined with the shaved door handles and custom suicide doors, the result is a sleek profile that immediately commands attention. The remote-operated door poppers add another touch of custom craftsmanship, while the hidden backup release system demonstrates the builder's attention to practicality and safety. Under the hood sits a rebuilt Chevrolet 350 cubic inch V8 source from a 1973 Chevrolet. For decades, the small block Chevy has been the preferred engine choice for countless hot rod builders thanks to its proven durability, strong performance, and wide parts availability. Equipped with an Edelbrock carburetor and supported by electric cooling fans, the engine provides dependable power suitable for both local cruising and highway travel. The engine is paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission, a respected combination known for smooth operation and reliability. Together, the drivetrain offers a driving experience that is significantly more user-friendly than the original 1930s mechanical setup. The chassis has also received extensive upgrades. A Mustang 2 independent front suspension improves handling and ride quality, while 1975 Ford Granada rear end helps provide durability and stability. These modifications allow the car to perform more like a modern vehicle while retaining its classic appearance. Additional mechanical enhancements include power front disc brakes, upgraded steering components, a modern wiring system, and improved lighting. High-intensity halogen headlights wired directly to the battery ensure better nighttime visibility, making the car more practical and safer for regular use. The light blue exterior finish complements the flowing lines of the body beautifully. Tasteful pinstriping adds a traditional hot rod touch, while the chrome Kragar wheels wrapped in BF Goodrich radial T/tires reinforce the car's classic street rod personality. The stance is both aggressive and refined, striking an ideal balance that many builders strive to achieve. Inside, the Chevrolet offers a surprisingly comfortable environment. Unlike many early hot rods that prioritize appearance over comfort, this car was clearly designed to be driven and enjoyed. The custom cloth interior, sourced from a later model Chevrolet, creates a welcoming atmosphere that remains practical for extended trips. The front Fiero bucket seats provide improved support compared to original seating, while the rear bench ensures there is still room for passengers. The custom stainless steel dashboard, VDO gauges, and tilt steering wheel further enhance the cabin's appearance and usability. Modern conveniences include power windows, a JVC audio system, a backup camera, and a vintage air climate control system. Although the seller notes that the air conditioning currently needs a recharge, the presence of the system itself is a valuable feature that can greatly improve driving comfort once serviced. The stainless steel exhaust system provides a satisfying V8 soundtrack without becoming overly loud, making the car enjoyable for both short cruises and longer road trips. What makes this Chevrolet particularly appealing is its history. The car has reportedly been owned by the same enthusiast and active car club member for the past 14 years. Long-term ownership often suggests that a vehicle has been properly maintained, refined, and enjoyed rather than simply flipped for profit. In my opinion, this may be one of the better values among custom street rods currently on the market. The extensive modifications, chopped roof, suicide doors, V8 drivetrain, upgraded suspension, custom interior, power accessories, and overall presentation would likely cost significantly more to recreate today. The fact that it remains an all-steel car further enhances its desirability among traditional hot rod enthusiasts. The asking price is especially attractive considering the level of craftsmanship and equipment included. Many street rods with similar features often command substantially higher prices, making this Chevrolet an interesting opportunity for buyers seeking a turnkey custom without breaking the bank. Overall, this 1934 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Custom Hot Rod Sedan is a thoughtfully built and well-sorted street rod that successfully combines classic pre-war styling with modern performance, comfort, and reliability. With its chopped all-steel body, Chevrolet 350 V8 automatic transmission, Mustang 2 suspension, custom interior, and numerous convenience upgrades, it represents an outstanding example of what a traditional American street rod should be. Beautiful to look at, enjoyable to drive, and built to be appreciated for years to come. Number 2. This 1940 Ford Standard Coupe, currently listed at $45,000 and located in Kokomo, Indiana, is a professionally built modern street rod that successfully blends one of Ford's most iconic pre-war body styles with modern performance, comfort, and reliability. Featuring an LS-powered drivetrain, upgraded suspension, air conditioning, and numerous drivability enhancements, this coupe is designed to be driven and enjoyed rather than simply displayed. The 1940 Ford Coupe is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful American automobiles ever produced. Its streamlined front end, teardrop headlights, flowing fenders, and elegant proportions have made it a favorite among hot rodders for generations. Even today, the 1940 Ford remains one of the most desirable foundations for custom builds because it combines timeless styling with excellent street rod potential. Finished in an attractive blue exterior, this coupe carries the classic appearance enthusiasts expect from a high-quality 1940 Ford build. The clean lines of the body are enhanced by modern modifications that improve both appearance and functionality without sacrificing the car's vintage identity. At the heart of the build is a General Motors LS Series V8 engine, one of the most respected modern performance engines available. The LS platform has become the gold standard for street rod and restomod projects, thanks to its combination of reliability, efficiency, strong horsepower potential, and readily available replacement parts. Compared to many traditional hot rod engines, an LS-powered vehicle typically offers easier maintenance and superior drivability. The engine is paired with a 4L60 automatic transmission, a proven overdrive transmission that provides smooth shifting and comfortable highway cruising. This setup allows the car to perform equally well in city driving and long-distance road trips. The drivetrain also includes a 12-bolt positraction rear end with 3.08 gears, a combination that favors comfortable cruising while still delivering strong acceleration when needed. The gear ratio is especially beneficial for highway driving, helping reduce engine RPM and improving overall drivability. One of the strongest aspects of this build is the extensive suspension and steering upgrades. The car features rack and pinion steering, which significantly improves steering precision compared to the original setup. A 4-link rear suspension with coilover shocks provides enhanced ride quality, improved traction, and better overall handling characteristics than the factory suspension. Braking performance has also been upgraded with front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, offering improved stopping power and increased confidence behind the wheel. Combined with the modern steering and suspension components, these upgrades transform the driving experience into something far more refined than a typical 1940 Ford. Comfort was clearly a priority during construction. The car includes air conditioning, making it suitable for warm weather cruising and long-distance travel. It also features power seats, a luxury rarely found in traditional hot rods, adding another layer of convenience and comfort. Another notable modification is the one-piece windshield conversion, a popular custom touch that creates a cleaner appearance and modernized look while maintaining the coupe's classic styling. With approximately 8,954 miles on the build, the vehicle appears to have been driven enough to prove its reliability while still remaining fresh and well-maintained. Low mileage on a completed street rod is often attractive because it suggests limited wear on the custom components. In my opinion, this is one of the most practical and enjoyable street rods you've posted. While many traditional hot rods focus primarily on appearance, this Ford combines modern LS power, overdrive transmission, upgraded suspension, air conditioning, and comfort features into a package that can realistically be driven anywhere. It offers classic 1940 Ford styling with the convenience and reliability expected from a modern vehicle. At $45,000, the asking price appears reasonable considering the quality of the modifications. Building a comparable 1940 Ford Coupe today with an LS engine, for L60 transmission, 4-link suspension, rack and pinion steering, air conditioning, power seats, and a finished body could easily exceed the asking price before labor costs are even considered. Overall, this 1940 Ford Standard Coupe represents an excellent example of a well-rounded restomod. It combines one of the most desirable Ford body styles ever produced with proven modern mechanical components, creating a vehicle that is equally at home at a car show, a weekend cruise, or a cross-country road trip. Number 3. This 1949 Chevrolet Styline Deluxe, currently listed at $22,000, is located in Plainwell, Michigan. The 1949 Chevrolet Styline Deluxe is one of the most recognizable post-war American automobiles ever produced. Chevrolet completely redesigned its passenger cars for 1949, introducing a lower, wider, and more modern appearance that would influence automotive styling throughout the 1950s. Today, these cars remain popular among both restorers and hot rod enthusiasts because of their clean lines, excellent proportions, and endless customization potential. This particular example is far from a stock restoration. Instead, it has been transformed into a serious street rod that blends classic Chevrolet styling with modern V8 performance. Finished in eye-catching orange with a beige interior, the car immediately stands out from the crowd and projects a bold custom appearance. Under the hood sits a Chevrolet 350 V8 equipped with aluminum cylinder heads and a large Lunati Voodoo camshaft. This combination suggests an engine built to deliver strong horsepower, aggressive throttle response, and the unmistakable lopey idle that hot rod enthusiasts love. The seller's description indicates that performance was clearly a priority during the build. Backing the engine is a 700 R4 automatic transmission combined with a 2,800 revolutions per minute stall converter. This is an excellent setup for a street-driven hot rod because it provides strong acceleration while also benefiting from the overdrive gear found in the 700 R4. That means the car can comfortably cruise at highway speeds without excessive engine RPM. Additional performance upgrades include Hooker competition headers, which help improve exhaust flow and maximize engine output. Combined with the camshaft and aluminum heads, these components suggest a well-thought-out package designed for both power and drivability. One of the most important upgrades is the installation of power steering and power front disc brakes. These improvements dramatically enhance the driving experience compared to an original 1949 Chevrolet, making the car easier to maneuver and significantly safer in modern traffic conditions. The seller also mentions a Camaro front clip conversion. This modification is commonly performed on vintage Chevrolets because it upgrades suspension geometry, steering, braking capability, and overall ride quality. Many enthusiasts consider this one of the best modifications available for a classic Chevrolet street rod. Another interesting detail is that the current owner personally built the car and began driving it in 2017. Since completion, the vehicle has accumulated fewer than 1,900 miles. While low mileage alone doesn't guarantee quality, it does suggest limited use since the build was finished. The listing also mentions shaved door handles and door poppers, a classic custom car touch that gives the body a smoother and cleaner appearance. This detail further reinforces the car's traditional street rod character. What I appreciate most about this vehicle is the seller's honesty. Rather than claiming the car is perfect, the seller openly states that it isn't flawless but emphasizes that it is fun. That type of straightforward description often inspires more confidence than exaggerated claims of perfection. In my opinion, this car occupies a sweet spot in the classic car market. It isn't a museum piece that owners are afraid to drive, nor is it an unfinished project requiring years of work. Instead, it appears to be a completed, running, driving, and well-sorted street rod designed to be enjoyed. Imagine pulling into a local cruise night with the bright orange paint glowing under the evening lights. The voodoo-cammed 350 idles with a deep, aggressive rumble. The hooker headers announce its presence, and the modern suspension and brakes make it comfortable to drive anywhere. That's exactly the type of experience many enthusiasts seek when shopping for a classic street rod. At $22,000, this 1949 Chevrolet Styleline Deluxe appears to offer substantial value considering the drivetrain upgrades, suspension modifications, braking improvements, custom bodywork, and low mileage since completion. In my opinion, if the build quality matches the specifications listed, this could be one of the better street rod values you've shown recently. It combines iconic Chevrolet styling, proven small block Chevy performance, modern drivability, and genuine hot rod attitude in a package that appears ready to enjoy immediately. Number 4. This 1933 Chevrolet Master Eagle, currently listed at $29,500, is located in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. The early 1930s produced some of the most iconic automobiles in American history, and the 1933 Chevrolet Master Eagle remains one of the standout designs of the era. With its sweeping fenders, upright grille, and unmistakable pre-war styling, the Master Eagle represents a time when automobiles were rapidly evolving from simple transportation into works of rolling art. This particular example takes that classic foundation and blends it with modern performance, creating a street rod that offers both vintage character and contemporary reliability. Finished in silver with a gray interior, the car has a clean and aggressive appearance that complements its custom modifications. Under the hood sits a modern LS Series V8 engine paired with a 700 R4 automatic transmission. For many enthusiasts, the LS platform is considered one of the best engine swaps available due to its combination of power, reliability, fuel efficiency, and aftermarket support. The addition of the 700 R4 transmission provides overdrive capability, making highway cruising far more comfortable than with traditional vintage drivetrains. The upgrades continue throughout the chassis. A Ford 9-inch rear end provides strength and durability, while the Mustang 2 front suspension significantly improves ride quality and handling compared to the original setup. Four-wheel power disc brakes further enhance safety and stopping performance, giving drivers confidence whether cruising through town or traveling longer distances. Modern conveniences have also been incorporated into the build. Power windows and remote door poppers add a level of convenience that was unimaginable when this Chevrolet originally left the factory. A tilt steering column helps improve driving comfort, making the car more enjoyable for drivers of various sizes. One of the most significant modifications is the professionally chopped roof. Chopping a top is one of the defining features of traditional hot rod culture, and according to the seller, the work was completed correctly. The lowered roofline gives the car a sleeker, more aggressive profile while enhancing its overall street rod presence. The seller notes that the vehicle drives anywhere and never overheats, which is an important consideration for classic car enthusiasts. Reliability is often what separates a car that spends its life in the garage from one that is regularly driven and enjoyed. While the car still needs a headliner and does not currently have heat or windshield wipers, those items may be relatively minor considerations for buyers focused on the vehicle's overall quality and performance. Imagine arriving at a local car show behind the wheel of this Chevrolet. The chopped roof, silver paint, and deep exhaust note immediately draw attention. As spectators gather around, they notice the modern drivetrain, custom craftsmanship, and thoughtful engineering that transformed an already beautiful classic into an award-winning street rod. In my opinion, one of the strongest aspects of this car is its balance between classic style and modern functionality. Many custom builds focus heavily on appearance while sacrificing drivability, but this Chevrolet seems designed to be driven regularly. The LS engine, overdrive transmission, upgraded suspension, and disc brakes make it far more practical than many traditional hot rods. At $29,500, this 1933 Chevrolet Master Eagle appears to offer substantial value, considering the quality of the modifications, the modern drivetrain, and the fact that it has reportedly won multiple awards. Building a similar vehicle today would likely require a significantly larger investment. In the end, this 1933 Chevrolet Master Eagle delivers the best of both worlds. Timeless pre-war styling combined with modern V8 performance and reliability. For enthusiasts searching for a unique, award-winning street rod that can be driven and enjoyed with confidence, this Chevy is certainly worth a closer look. Number 5. This 1940 LaSalle sedan, currently listed at $11,000, is located in Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Although the listing title mentions a Cadillac brougham, the seller clarifies that this vehicle is actually a 1940 LaSalle, one of the most fascinating and often overlooked luxury automobiles of the pre-war era. Produced by General Motors as a companion brand to Cadillac, LaSalle was known for combining elegant styling with Cadillac-inspired engineering, making it a prestigious automobile in its day. Finished in a bold yellow exterior with a tan interior, this classic immediately stands out from the crowd. Its long body lines, rear-hinged suicide-style rear doors, and distinctive 1940s styling create a presence that few modern vehicles can match. Even parked, this LaSalle looks like a rolling piece of American history. Under the hood is a smooth-running V8 engine paired with a manual transmission. According to the seller, the car runs and drives very well, and aside from a minor tapping sound from the engine compartment, the V8 operates quietly enough that you can barely hear it running. That's an impressive statement for a vehicle that is now more than 80 years old. One of the biggest highlights of this car is its originality. The seller reports that the body, floors, and frame remain solid and original, with rust only appearing in the trunk area near the rear bumper. For a vehicle from 1940, that's a remarkable level of preservation and something many collectors actively look for. The interior, however, tells the story of a car that has been used and enjoyed throughout its lifetime. While it remains original, it does show its age and would benefit from restoration work. Fortunately, features such as the lights, horn, and heater are all reported to be functioning, which is always encouraging when evaluating a classic vehicle. In my opinion, the real value of this LaSalle lies in its authenticity. So many classic cars have been heavily modified over the years, but finding one that still retains much of its original character is becoming increasingly rare. The fact that it remains a running and driving survivor makes it even more appealing. What I find especially interesting is that LaSalle models often fly under the radar compared to Cadillac, despite sharing much of the same luxury heritage. That means enthusiasts can sometimes acquire a unique piece of automotive history at a fraction of what a comparable Cadillac might cost. At $11,000, this 1940 LaSalle offers vintage luxury, classic V8 power, and an opportunity to own a genuine pre-war American automobile. For collectors, restorers, or anyone looking for a distinctive classic that stands apart from the usual crowd, this LaSalle could be a very rewarding project and an unforgettable addition to any garage. Number 6. This 1934 Ford 5-window coupe, currently listed at $60,000 in Spencerport, New York, is far more than just another classic hot rod. It is a multi-generational family treasure, a meticulously engineered custom build, and a stunning example of how craftsmanship and passion can preserve automotive history for decades. With its legendary steel body, powerful ZZ4 V8 engine, show-quality presentation, and nearly 60 years of family ownership, this Ford represents the very best of traditional American hot rodding. Produced by Ford Motor Company during the height of the Great Depression, The 1934 Ford Coupe has become one of the most iconic vehicles in automotive history. Its flowing fenders, aggressive grille, and perfectly balanced proportions have made it a favorite among hot rodders for generations. Few cars are as instantly recognizable, and even fewer have achieved the legendary status of the 1934 Ford. What makes this particular coupe especially remarkable is its history. According to the seller, the car was originally built by his father in 1965 and has remained within the immediate family ever since. In today's collector car world, it is increasingly rare to find a custom hot rod that has stayed with the same family for nearly 6 decades. The story becomes even more impressive when you learn that the build was engineered by a former General Motors engineer associated with Rochester Products Division and Delco. That level of professional expertise often results in a vehicle that is not only beautiful, but also mechanically sound and thoughtfully designed. Under the hood sits a Chevrolet ZZ4 350 cubic inch V8 engine. The ZZ4 has long been considered one of the most respected crate engines in the performance world thanks to its reliability, strong horsepower output, and excellent street manners. It provides the type of performance that hot rod enthusiasts appreciate while maintaining the dependability necessary for regular driving. The engine is paired with a Phoenix-built 700 R4 automatic transmission. This overdrive transmission is highly regarded among street rod builders because it combines smooth shifting with comfortable highway cruising capabilities. Together, the ZZ4 and 700 R4 create a drivetrain package that offers both power and practicality. Power is delivered to the pavement through a 1962 Corvette positraction rear end, another desirable component that enhances performance and durability. The combination of these carefully selected mechanical upgrades demonstrates the thoughtful engineering behind the build. Perhaps one of the most important features is the presence of the original Henry Ford steel body. In the hot rod community, genuine steel-bodied cars command significantly more respect and value than fiberglass reproductions. This coupe retains its authentic steel construction, including its original non-filled roof, which is often considered a major selling point among collectors. The car also features several classic details that are increasingly difficult to find. A rumble seat provides a nostalgic reminder of early automotive design, while the roll-down rear window and tilt-out front windshield add both functionality and vintage charm. These features connect the car directly to its 1930s roots while distinguishing it from more heavily modified customs. The seller notes that the coupe underwent a second frame-off restoration around 1998. A frame-off restoration is one of the most comprehensive restoration processes possible, involving the complete disassembly and rebuilding of the vehicle. The results are evident in the description, which highlights the show-quality condition of the undercarriage, interior, and engine compartment. The red exterior finish appears to be a centerpiece of the car's presentation. According to the seller, the paint remains flawless, a statement that speaks volumes considering the vehicle's age and history. Combined with the gray interior, the color combination creates a timeless and elegant appearance that perfectly suits the 1934 Ford's classic lines. One of the most appealing aspects of this coupe is that it seems equally at home on the show field or on the open road. While many high-end customs become trailer queens that rarely leave enclosed trailers, this Ford appears to have been built and maintained as a car meant to be enjoyed. In my opinion, this is exactly the type of hot rod serious collectors search for. It combines authentic Ford steel, a documented family history, professional engineering, proven performance components, and exceptional craftsmanship. Cars with this level of provenance and quality do not appear on the market very often. The asking price may initially seem substantial, but when considering the original steel body, ZZ4 drivetrain, frame-off restoration, show quality condition, and nearly 60-year family history, it begins to look increasingly justified. Reproducing a build of this caliber today would likely require significantly more investment. Overall, this 1934 Ford 5-window coupe is a remarkable example of traditional American hot rodding at its finest. With its authentic Henry Ford steel body, ZZ4 V8 engine, overdrive transmission, Corvette rear end, flawless paint, and decades-long family ownership story, it offers a rare combination of heritage, craftsmanship, and performance. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, this is more than just a car. It's a rolling piece of hot rod history that has been lovingly preserved for generations. Number 7. This 1947 Chevrolet Fleet Master, currently listed at $8,400 and located in Putnam, Connecticut, is an affordable and largely original post-war American classic that appears to offer exceptional value for the money. With a reported clean title, manual transmission, upgraded interior, recent mechanical attention, and a reputation as a solid runner, this Fleet Master could be an excellent entry point into vintage car ownership. The 1947 Fleet Master represents one of Chevrolet's most recognizable post-war designs. Built immediately after World War II, these cars helped America transition back to civilian automobile production and became symbols of the nation's growing prosperity. Today, Fleet Masters are appreciated for their distinctive styling, dependable mechanicals, and relatively affordable ownership costs compared to many other collector vehicles. Finished in a silver exterior with a brown interior, this Chevrolet presents itself as a classic cruiser rather than a trailer-only show car. The seller notes that the vehicle was purchased from a collector and later used for a professional photo shoot, suggesting that its appearance and presentation were considered worthy of display. Power is routed through a traditional manual transmission, providing the authentic driving experience enthusiasts expect from a late 1940s automobile. Vehicles of this era were built for simplicity and durability, and Chevrolet's drivetrain components earned a strong reputation for reliability. One of the most encouraging aspects of a listing is that the vehicle reportedly spent time in winter storage before receiving a thorough inspection and servicing by professional mechanics. According to the seller, the car was gone through mechanically and is currently running well. This kind of recent attention can be a significant advantage for a buyer, as it may reduce the amount of immediate maintenance required after purchase. The seller also reports the installation of a new 12-volt battery, which helps ensure dependable starting and operation. While many vintage vehicles remain on their original electrical systems, having a fresh battery is always a welcome sign of recent maintenance. Inside, the Fleet Master has received several improvements. The interior has been upgraded with new carpeting and repaired door panels, helping improve both appearance and comfort. The seller notes that the front seat remains in good condition overall, with only a small wear area near the driver's left shoulder. Considering the age of the vehicle, this level of preservation is quite respectable. Additional details, such as the presence of the original buttons, switches, and trim pieces further support the impression that this Chevrolet has been cared for rather than heavily modified. Collectors often appreciate cars that maintain their original character while benefiting from selective improvements where needed. With approximately 59,696 miles shown, the vehicle appears to have been driven enough to remain mechanically active while still retaining its vintage charm. The seller repeatedly describes the car as a solid runner, which is often one of the most important factors for buyers seeking a classic they can actually enjoy on the road. In my opinion, this may be one of the best bargains among the vehicles you've posted. At only $8,400, you're getting a complete, running, driving, post-war Chevrolet with a clean title, manual transmission, upgraded interior, and documented recent mechanical attention. Many non-running project cars from this era are selling for similar money today. What makes this Fleet Master especially attractive is that it appears honest and usable. It isn't being marketed as a six-figure restoration or an investment-grade museum piece. Instead, it offers the opportunity to own a genuine late 1940s American classic that can be driven, enjoyed, and gradually improved if desired. Overall, this 1947 Chevrolet Fleet Master delivers a combination of affordability, originality, and drivability that is becoming increasingly difficult to find in today's collector car market. For someone looking to enter the hobby without making a major financial commitment, this Chevrolet deserves serious consideration. Number 8. This 1950 Mercury Sports sedan, listed at $16,900, is located in Plainfield, Indiana. Among post-war American automobiles, few cars have achieved the legendary status of the 1949 to 1951 Mercury. These vehicles helped define the custom car movement of the 1950s and became icons of American automotive culture. While many surviving Mercurys have been heavily modified into custom lead sleds, this particular example stands out because it appears to have remained remarkably original and unaltered throughout its life. Finished in its factory-correct banning blue exterior, this Mercury presents itself as a true time capsule from one of the most exciting periods in American automotive history. The flowing pontoon body design represented a major departure from pre-war styling and helped Mercury establish its own identity separate from Ford. Even today, the design remains elegant, distinctive, and instantly recognizable. One of the most attractive aspects of this vehicle is its originality. According to the seller, it is believed to retain its numbers-matching flathead V8 engine. For collectors, original drivetrains add significant historical value and authenticity. The flathead V8 is one of the most important engines in American automotive history, known for its smooth operation, reliability, and unmistakable sound. Paired with a manual transmission, this Mercury offers the type of driving experience that enthusiasts seek when purchasing a genuine post-war classic. Rather than modern performance, the focus here is on authenticity, character, and nostalgia. The exterior appears exceptionally well preserved. The chrome trim, emblems, and bright work are described as being in excellent condition, helping the car maintain its elegant factory appearance. Wide white wall tires mounted on original wheels further enhance the authentic period-correct presentation. Inside, the two-tone cloth interior has reportedly been reupholstered while remaining faithful to the original design. This is often the best-case scenario for a collector vehicle, preserving the original appearance while benefiting from fresh materials and improved comfort. The gray interior complements the blue exterior beautifully and reflects the tasteful styling that Mercury was known for during the era. Historically, the 1949 to 1951 Mercury series occupies a special place in automotive culture. The model became famous as the foundation for countless custom builds, particularly after legendary customizer Sam Barris transformed a 1949 Mercury into what many consider the first true lead sled. As a result, original, unmodified examples have become increasingly difficult to find. What makes this Mercury especially appealing is that it appears to have avoided the fate of many of its siblings. Instead of receiving a chopped roof, custom body modifications, or a modern drivetrain swap, it has remained largely true to its original form. For collectors who appreciate preservation over customization, that is a major selling point. Imagine taking this Mercury to a local classic car show. While rows of modified hot rods and muscle cars attract attention, this Mercury tells a different story. It represents an era when American manufacturers were transitioning from pre-war designs into the modern age, and its originality allows people to experience that history firsthand. The seller even compares the vehicle to a museum piece, noting that it remains highly drivable despite its age. That combination of originality and usability is often difficult to find in cars approaching 80 years old. In my opinion, this is one of the most interesting listings you've shared recently because it offers something increasingly rare: authenticity. Many classics can be modified, restored, or customized, but original examples can only remain original once. At $16,900, this 1950 Mercury Sports sedan appears to offer substantial value considering its condition, originality, numbers matching flathead V8, clean presentation, and historical significance. Comparable Mercurys are often worth far more after restoration, and many original survivors are becoming increasingly scarce. In my opinion, if the vehicle truly matches the seller's description and inspection confirms its originality, this could be one of the strongest collector opportunities among the cars you presented. It is not just a classic automobile. It's a preserved piece of post-war American automotive history that continues to tell its story nearly 75 years after it was built. Number 9. This 1936 Ford Tudor slantback sedan, currently listed at $45,990, is located in Easton, Maryland. The 1936 Ford is widely considered one of the most beautiful pre-war Fords ever produced. Its distinctive slant-back design, flowing fenders, and elegant body lines give it a timeless appearance that continues to attract collectors and hot rod enthusiasts nearly 90 years after it first rolled off the assembly line. This particular Tudor slantback has undergone a frame-off restoration and has been transformed into a modern street rod, while retaining the classic styling that made these cars famous. Finished in a vibrant yellow exterior with a tan interior, it offers a bold look that is guaranteed to stand out wherever it goes. According to the seller, the restoration was completed in the early 2000s, and the vehicle sits on a box frame for improved strength and rigidity. Hidden hinges, shaved doors, and a shaved hood contribute to the clean custom appearance, while quartz headlights provide improved visibility without compromising the vintage aesthetic. Power comes from a Chevrolet 350 crate engine installed in 2021, with only about 5,200 miles driven since installation. Paired with an automatic transmission, the drivetrain was clearly chosen to provide reliability and easy cruising. The addition of a Ford 8-inch rear axle with 2.79 gears further supports comfortable highway driving. Modern upgrades are found throughout the vehicle. Features include vintage air climate control, a backup camera, painless wiring, VDO gauges, and a Sony audio system with an overhead console. These improvements make the car much more enjoyable and practical than a traditional 1930s automobile. The suspension has also been upgraded with a Mustang 2 front end, one of the most popular modifications in the hot rod world due to its improved ride quality, steering response, and parts availability. Imagine cruising down a coastal highway on a sunny afternoon. The bright yellow paint shines in the sunlight. The air conditioning keeps the cabin comfortable, and the modern drivetrain allows effortless highway travel. While the car looks like it belongs in the 1930s, it delivers many of the conveniences drivers expect today. In my opinion, one of the strongest features of this Ford is its versatility. Some classic cars are built strictly for shows, while others are built purely for performance. This Tudor slantback seems to strike an ideal balance between appearance, comfort, and drivability. It's a vehicle that could easily win attention at a car show and then be driven hundreds of miles home afterward. At nearly $46,000, it is certainly not an entry-level classic, but considering the cost of a frame-off restoration, a newer crate engine, modern suspension upgrades, air conditioning, custom bodywork, and countless labor hours, the asking price begins to make sense. In the end, this 1936 Ford Tudor slantback sedan represents the best qualities of a well-built street rod. Timeless styling, modern reliability, comfortable cruising, and enough custom touches to make it truly unique. For enthusiasts looking for a turnkey classic that can be driven and enjoyed regularly, this Ford offers a very compelling package. Number 10. This 1950 Pontiac Catalina hardtop coupe, currently listed at $23,000, is located in Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Few American automobiles from the early 1950s capture the elegance and optimism of the post-war era quite like the Pontiac Catalina. With its sleek hardtop design, flowing body lines, and premium styling, the Catalina represented one of Pontiac's most desirable offerings at a time when the American automobile industry was entering a golden age of innovation and design. Finished in a beautiful off-white exterior paired with a striking red interior, this Catalina immediately delivers the kind of classic color combination that defined luxury motoring in the early 1950s. The contrast between the light exterior and vibrant interior creates a timeless appearance that remains just as attractive today as it was more than 7 decades ago. Under the hood resides Pontiac's legendary straight-eight engine, an engineering design that was known for its smooth operation and dependable performance. Unlike the V8 engines that would dominate later decades, the straight-eight provided a unique driving character that many vintage car enthusiasts still appreciate today. Its long engine layout and smooth power delivery helped make Pontiac one of the most respected brands of its era. Backing the engine is a 4-speed hydromatic automatic transmission. At the time, hydromatic technology was considered one of the most advanced automatic transmissions available and played a major role in making American automobiles easier and more enjoyable to drive. Even by modern standards, it remains an impressive piece of automotive engineering history. According to the seller, this Pontiac has undergone a restoration that included significant improvements throughout the vehicle. The interior has been renewed, the chrome has been refurbished, the paint refreshed, and the suspension updated. These improvements suggest a car that has received considerable attention while preserving its original character and classic appeal. One of the most desirable aspects of this vehicle is its hardtop coupe body style. During the early 1950s, hardtops became symbols of prestige and sophistication because they offered the sleek appearance of a convertible while maintaining the practicality of a fixed roof. The result is a design that remains highly collectible today. In my opinion, the Catalina styling is one of the most underrated designs of the entire decade. While many collectors focus on Chevrolet Bel Airs or Cadillac models, cars like this Pontiac often provide just as much visual appeal while standing out from the crowd at shows and cruise nights. What I particularly like about this example is that it appears to balance originality with restoration. The classic straight-eight engine and hydromatic transmission remain part of the package, allowing future owners to experience the car much as drivers would have in 1950. At $23,000, this 1950 Pontiac Catalina hardtop coupe offers a combination of elegant styling, historical significance, and restored condition that makes it an attractive option for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Whether displayed at a classic car event, driven on weekend cruises, or simply admired in the garage, this Catalina represents a beautiful chapter of American automotive history and a reminder of an era when style and craftsmanship were every bit as important as performance. Number 11. This 1936 Chevrolet Coupe, listed at $39,995 in Enola, Pennsylvania, is a beautifully modernized pre-war classic that blends timeless 1930s styling with contemporary performance technology. While many street rods rely on traditional small-block V8 power and automatic transmissions, this particular Chevrolet stands apart thanks to its modern LT1 engine and 6-speed transmission combination, making it a unique offering in today's hot rod market. The 1936 Chevrolet Coupe is widely regarded as one of the most attractive designs produced by Chevrolet during the pre-war era. Featuring flowing fenders, a distinctive grille, and elegant proportions, the 1936 model remains a favorite among collectors and street rod builders. Its compact coupe body provides the perfect foundation for a performance-oriented custom build while maintaining the unmistakable character of a Depression-era automobile. At first glance, the bright orange exterior immediately sets this car apart. The bold paint choice gives the coupe a vibrant personality and ensures it attracts attention wherever it goes. Unlike many traditional restorations finished in conservative colors, this Chevrolet embraces its street rod identity with a modern, eye-catching appearance. The biggest highlight of the build is undoubtedly the drivetrain. Under the hood sits a Chevrolet LT1 V8 engine. The LT1 name carries significant respect among performance enthusiasts because it represents modern fuel-injected small-block technology. Compared to older carbureted engines commonly found in classic hot rods, the LT1 offers improved reliability, easier starting, better fuel efficiency, and stronger overall performance. What makes this car especially interesting is the inclusion of a 6-speed transmission. Most street rods are equipped with automatic gearboxes, making a 6-speed setup relatively uncommon. For enthusiasts who enjoy a more connected and engaging driving experience, a manual transmission can dramatically increase the enjoyment of owning and operating a classic car. The combination of an LT1 engine and 6-speed transmission transforms this 1936 Chevrolet from a simple showpiece into a true driver's car. It offers modern performance capabilities while preserving the unmistakable character and visual appeal of a pre-war American coupe. The seller also notes several desirable upgrades that improve both comfort and drivability. Power steering significantly reduces steering effort, making the car easier to maneuver in parking lots and during low-speed driving. Power brakes provide increased stopping confidence and improve safety compared to original braking systems. Inside, the car features a new tan interior. Fresh upholstery is an important advantage because interior restoration work can be both expensive and time-consuming. A newly completed interior suggests the vehicle is ready to enjoy immediately without requiring additional cosmetic investment. The inclusion of a tilt steering wheel is another practical upgrade. While often overlooked, a tilt column greatly improves driving comfort by allowing the driver to customize the steering wheel position. Combined with the modern drivetrain and upgraded controls, it helps make this classic coupe feel much more user-friendly than a stock 1930s automobile. Another positive aspect is the reported mileage of only 300 miles since completion or restoration. While the seller notes that mileage is exempt due to the vehicle's age, the low indicated mileage suggests limited use following its build or refurbishment. Being offered through a long-established dealership rather than a private seller may also appeal to some buyers. The dealership mentions financing availability, trade-in options, and title transfer services, which can simplify the purchasing process for buyers unfamiliar with classic car transactions. From an investment standpoint, the asking price places this Chevrolet in the middle range of the street rod market. It is more expensive than many unfinished projects or older custom builds, but considerably less expensive than high-end six-figure show cars. Considering the LT1 engine, 6-speed transmission, new interior, power accessories, and overall presentation, the price appears competitive. In my opinion, the LT1 and 6-speed combination is what truly separates this car from many other 1930s hot rods currently available. Countless street rods use a traditional 350 small block and automatic transmission, but far fewer feature a modern performance drivetrain paired with a manual gearbox. That combination creates a more engaging driving experience while maintaining the reliability expected from modern Chevrolet performance components. I also appreciate that the builder appears to have focused on creating a usable and enjoyable car rather than an overly radical showpiece. Power steering, power brakes, a fresh interior, and a modern drivetrain suggest a vehicle that can comfortably participate in cruises, car shows, and longer road trips. Overall, this 1936 Chevrolet Coupe offers an excellent balance of classic styling, modern performance, and everyday drivability. The iconic pre-war Chevrolet body, powerful LT1 V8 engine, 6-speed transmission, fresh interior, and upgraded driving features make an attractive choice for enthusiasts seeking a street rod that is both visually striking and genuinely fun to drive. Among similarly priced custom coupes, this Chevrolet stands out as a particularly interesting and well-rounded package. Number 12. This 1946 Ford Deluxe Business Coupe, currently listed at $27,000 and located in Millstone Township, New Jersey, is a highly desirable post-war Ford that combines authentic vintage character with tasteful performance upgrades. Featuring a custom flathead V8, dual carburetors, front disc brakes, and what appears to be exceptional preservation, this coupe represents the kind of classic Ford that appeals to both traditional collectors and vintage hot rod enthusiasts. The 1946 Ford was among the first civilian automobiles produced after World War II, making it an important piece of American automotive history. These cars symbolize the return of consumer automobile production following wartime restrictions and remain highly collectible today. The business coupe body style is particularly sought after because it was designed primarily for traveling salesmen and featured a larger cargo area in place of a rear seat, creating a unique and sporty appearance. Finished in black with a gray interior, this Ford presents itself with timeless elegance. The black paint emphasizes the flowing fenders and graceful lines of the coupe body, while the simple color combination enhances its classic appearance. Few cars look more traditionally American than a black 1940s Ford Coupe. One of the strongest features of this vehicle is its custom flathead V8 engine. The Ford Flathead is one of the most legendary engines in automotive history and remains a favorite among enthusiasts. This example has been upgraded with dual carburetors and dual exhausts, a traditional hot rod modification that improves performance while creating the unmistakable sound that helped define early American hot rodding. Power is delivered through the desirable 3-speed manual transmission on the column, often referred to as 3 on the tree. This transmission preserves the authentic driving experience and maintains the vehicle's period-correct character. The seller indicates that several important mechanical upgrades have recently been completed, including new front disc brakes, new brake lines, and a new master cylinder. These improvements significantly enhance safety and drivability while remaining largely invisible to casual observers. Front disc brakes are especially valuable on vintage cars that may see regular road use. According to the listing, the vehicle has no rust at all, a statement that immediately attracts attention among classic Ford enthusiasts. Rust is often the single most expensive issue to repair on vintage vehicles, and a rust-free post-war Ford coupe is becoming increasingly difficult to find. The seller also describes the interior in chrome as perfect, suggesting a vehicle that has either been carefully restored or exceptionally maintained throughout its life. Interior restoration costs on a coupe of this era can be substantial, making a well-preserved interior a major advantage for prospective buyers. The only noted flaw is that the original radio is not operational. Considering the age of the vehicle, this is a minor issue and unlikely to affect overall enjoyment or value. With approximately 60,000 miles, the car appears to have been driven enough to remain mechanically healthy while still retaining its show-quality presentation. The seller repeatedly emphasizes that the vehicle has been garage-kept and maintained to a very high standard. In my opinion, this is one of the most attractive traditional Ford coupes you've posted. Unlike heavily modified street rods, this car retains its original identity while benefiting from thoughtful upgrades such as dual carbs, dual exhaust, and front disc brakes. The combination of a flathead V8, manual transmission, rust-free body, and business coupe body style makes it particularly desirable among collectors who appreciate authentic post-war Fords. At $27,000, the asking price appears reasonable given the reported condition, rust-free body, upgraded braking system, and desirable body style. Comparable rust-free Ford coupes with strong cosmetic presentation and upgraded flathead engines often command similar or higher prices. Overall, this 1946 Ford Deluxe Business Coupe offers a rare combination of originality, tasteful modifications, and collector appeal. It is the kind of classic that looks equally at home on a show field, at a local cruise night, or on a scenic weekend drive. Number 13. This 1949 Chevrolet Suburban Restomod, listed at $67,900 in Hull, Massachusetts, is a full custom build that sits in a completely different category from most of the classics you've been showing. It's not a restoration of an original survivor, and it's not a simple hot rod conversion either. This is a modernized LS-powered classic SUV built for comfort, reliability, and long-distance driving. The base vehicle is one of Chevrolet's early post-war Suburbans, a model that originally served as a rugged passenger and cargo carry-all. These early Suburbans are now highly desirable because of their rarity and their importance in the evolution of American utility vehicles. But in this case, the originality has been transformed into a fully re-engineered Restomod. At the heart of this build is a 2008 GM 5.3L LS V8 engine, paired with a 4L60 automatic overdrive transmission. This is a major upgrade from the original drivetrain and completely changes the character of the vehicle. Instead of a slow, vintage cruiser, you now get modern V8 reliability, highway-friendly gearing, and electronic engine management. The LS platform is known for durability, easy maintenance, and strong performance, which makes this Suburban far more usable in today's driving conditions. Supporting the drivetrain is a heavily upgraded chassis setup. The truck rides on a Heights independent front suspension with power rack and pinion steering, along with a Ford 9-inch rear end and 4-link suspension with coilovers. This combination is significant because it transforms the Suburban from an old truck-like ride into something closer to a modern SUV in terms of handling and comfort. Power 4-wheel disc brakes with Hydro Boost assist further enhance drivability and safety. Visually, the vehicle retains its classic 1949 Suburban silhouette, but with subtle custom modifications. The body has been smoothed in certain areas, Rear lights have been flush-mounted, and a custom fuel filler setup has been integrated into the design. Finished in a two-tone brown and beige paint scheme with pinstriping, it leans into a tasteful vintage aesthetic rather than an extreme custom look. Inside is where this build fully shifts into modern luxury territory. The entire cabin has been reworked with brown leather covering the seats, door panels, headliner, and steering wheel. Digital dolphin gauges replace the original instrumentation, and the odometer shows just over 2,200 miles on the build, suggesting very limited use since completion. Comfort features are extensive. Front and rear air conditioning systems, tinted windows, sound insulation, seat belts, a tilt steering column, Bluetooth audio with amplifier and subwoofer, overhead console storage, and even air horns powered by an onboard compressor. In other words, this is built to be driven, not just displayed. What stands out most about this Suburban is how far it departs from the typical classic car experience. Most vehicles from this era require compromises in comfort, braking, steering effort, and highway speed. This one removes almost all of those limitations. It's essentially a 1949 design wrapped around modern GM mechanicals. From a driving perspective, you can imagine it behaving less like a vintage truck and more like a custom-built luxury SUV with classic styling. It would likely cruise comfortably at highway speeds, handle modern traffic without stress, and still turn heads at every stoplight due to its unmistakable post-war suburban body. At $67,900, this is clearly positioned as a premium restomod rather than a traditional collector piece. The value here isn't originality, it's execution, usability, and craftsmanship. Whether that price makes sense depends heavily on build quality, but based on the listed components, it represents a serious, fully engineered conversion rather than a cosmetic build. In my opinion, this Suburban is for a very specific buyer. Someone who wants classic American styling but refuses to compromise on modern drivability, comfort, and reliability. Among all the vehicles you've shared, this one is closest to a modern car in vintage clothing rather than a traditional classic. Number 14. This 1935 Chevrolet Standard, currently listed at $15,000, is located in Auburn Hills, Michigan. The mid-1930s were a defining era for Chevrolet, producing cars that balanced affordability with elegant pre-war styling. The 1935 Chevrolet Standard is a great example of that period, featuring a simple yet attractive design that has become highly respected among vintage car enthusiasts today. This particular example is especially interesting because it has a long and unique history. According to the seller, the all-steel body reportedly sat in a barn for around 50 years before being brought back to life and returned to the road. That kind of history often adds character and authenticity that cannot be replicated through modern restoration alone. Finished in blue with a tan interior, the car presents a classic and understated appearance. The seller notes that while the paint was applied in the 1950s, it still shows very well today. From a distance, the car has a strong visual appeal, and only close inspection reveals minor chips and wear consistent with its age. Under the hood is the original inline six-cylinder engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. This setup reflects the true driving experience of the era, simple, mechanical, and deeply connected to the road. It may not deliver modern performance, but offers something many newer vehicles cannot: authenticity. The seller states that the car runs and drives well and is ready for the road. That alone is significant for a nearly 90-year-old vehicle, especially one that retains its original drivetrain configuration. Inside, the interior is described as being in very nice condition and comfortable, which enhances its usability for casual cruising. It maintains a vintage atmosphere that fits the car's overall character without feeling overly restored or modernized. Imagine taking this Chevrolet out on a quiet evening drive. The sound of the inline-six hums steadily. The manual transmission requires deliberate shifting, and the entire experience feels like stepping back into the 1930s. It's the kind of car that doesn't just transport you physically, but also emotionally. In my opinion, the most appealing aspect of this car is its originality and history. Many classic cars today are heavily modified or fully restored. But this Chevrolet seems to retain much of its authentic past, including its long period of storage and revival story. That gives it a personality that goes beyond its specifications. At $15,000, this 1935 Chevrolet Standard offers an accessible entry point into pre-war classic ownership. While it may not be perfect, its originality, solid condition, and running drivetrain make it a compelling option for someone who values history over perfection. In the end, this Chevrolet is more than just an old car. It's a survivor from a different era, preserved through time and brought back to life for a new generation to appreciate. For enthusiasts who enjoy vintage driving experiences with real character, this 1935 Chevy delivers exactly that. Number 15. This 1964 Volvo PV544, currently listed in Warwick, Rhode Island, is offered as a complete car with a stated asking situation that suggests strong flexibility for buyers looking for either parts or a restoration project. The Volvo PV544 is a well-known classic among European vintage enthusiasts, recognized for its sturdy construction, simple mechanical design, and reputation for long-term durability. Often referred to as one of Volvo's early indestructible models, the PV544 has developed a loyal following over the years, especially among collectors who appreciate practical, driver-focused classics. This particular example is currently in a project state. According to the seller, the car has been stored in a garage for approximately 20 years and remains mostly complete. That alone is an important detail, as many surviving PV544s have already been heavily modified or dismantled over time. Mechanically, the car requires engine attention. The seller reports a problem in cylinder number 3, likely needing piston rings and an exhaust valve. While this is not a minor repair, it is also not uncommon for engines of this age, especially those that have been sitting for decades. The body is described as having rust primarily in the rocker panels, which is one of the more common areas of corrosion for this model. Outside of that, the structure appears to remain relatively intact, making it a potentially viable restoration candidate, depending on the buyer's skill level and budget. The car is currently not fully finished cosmetically, featuring areas of primer in black and orange. However, it is still presented as a complete vehicle at the time of listing, which increases its value compared to heavily stripped project cars. One of the more interesting details is that several parts have already been removed and sold, including the wiper motor and arms. This suggests the seller has been gradually parting out components, but still retains the majority of the vehicle. In my opinion, what makes this Volvo interesting is its honesty as a project. It is not being advertised as a restored classic or a turnkey driver, but rather as a car with known mechanical issues and some corrosion, yet still largely intact. For the right buyer, that transparency is often more valuable than overly polished listings. At the stated range of $1,800 for the complete car or individual parts, this 1964 Volvo PV544 sits firmly in the category of an affordable restoration or donor vehicle. It offers classic Scandinavian engineering, simple mechanics, and the potential for either a full rebuild or parts utilization. For enthusiasts of vintage Volvos, or anyone seeking a unique European classic project, this PV544 represents both a challenge and an opportunity to preserve a piece of automotive history that is becoming increasingly rare.